Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Joel Linares, and I'm going to present the lesson plan for grade level Social Studies, Strand Geography, and the lesson title is the MAP project. In this class, we have the objectives that the student will be able to analyze the purposes of different map projections and explain how various types of maps are used in a real-world application. It responds to the standards SS.6.J.1. Understand how to use map and other geographic representations, tools, and technology to report information. The instructional strategy are the next active learning strategy, think, pair, share. Student think about questions, discuss with partner, and share with the class. Direct instruction, lecture-based teaching. The teacher provide information in a structured manner. The explicit teaching, step-by-step explanation with guided practice, and also collaborative learning. Group work, student work in small groups to complete tasks. Peer teaching, students explain concepts to one another. The material that we are going to use in this class are printed examples of different maps projections, various types of maps, political, physical, projector or smart board, the interactive map tools, textbooks or atlases, and reference websites, for example, NSA, USGS, and National Geographic. The essential question using the Bloom taxonomy web, we are going to start with a record reproduction with questions like what are different types of map projections and how different map projections represent the Earth. So in the basics level, so remembering, understanding, to a more complex level to analyzing, evaluating, and creating, like for example, can you design a map using a specific projection to highlight global issue? It's for obtain a creating answer about the student. That's the structure of our lesson plans. The procedures we are going to talk about later are the procedures is structured in the open activity, the direct instructions, the guide practice, the independent practice, and closure and reflection. The differentiated instructions, so we are think if we have supposed to have English language learners, we are going to use visual aids and provide a glossary with the key vocabulary, for example, projection, distortion map, and use bilingual resources. In the case of advanced learners, a student with more capacity, we encourage the student to research and present lesser known map projections and introduce GIS and Geographic Information System and discuss real-world application that's very attractive for the more smart students. In the case of ESE, the students, we are going to offer step-by-step instructions and also allow extra time for reading writings. Other accommodation, for example, offer audio recording, use flexible grouping, pair a student with these diverse skill levels, and provide alternative assessment, and also allow students to demonstrate knowledge in different ways, such as drawing, writing, or explaining. The assessment we are going to work with the formative assessment and summative assessment. During the class, we are going to make a classroom tour, a quick check, thumb up, down, and display different map. For example, ask a student to identify the type and purposes, and also work in a small group discussion and presentation, and group analyze and present the advantages and disadvantages of different maps. It's going to give us an idea to how is the learning process. And at the end, I'm going to do a summative assessment, a reading reflections, where the student argue which map projection is the most useful and why, using evidence from their learning. Reflection and next step, we are at the end of this lesson plan. We do a reflection about the lesson effectiveness, the student performance, an area for improvement, and next step. This gonna be in the right information. Now, so in the beginning of the class, this part is to simulate to starting the class with the students. So we also present the class with a greeting, a general welcome to the student. So good morning, everyone. I'm happy to see your day and something encouraging and motivating. Today is a new day to learn something exciting. It's our greeting to. In this case, we start to checking assignment checking. So we are going to do that in 5 minutes. So on quick self check, ask to the student to take out their homeworks and to give off, and we are going to compare the results, uh, display the correct answer on the board for self corrections. So student mark on their own word and ask questions if they have doubt. So it's a kind of exercise that allow to the student to reflect about the errors and mistakes. We must ask if anybody had problem with the hardware and check what were the problems with the any. In the case of lesson title, yeah, we were talking about that. So we express to the student what is the title of the lesson. In this case, the map project. We are going to express also the objective to analyze the purpose of these map projections and to explain how various types of maps are used. So it's important to the objective to be in mind and also in sight, not only for us, also for the student to remember also always. So we are going to start with the opening activity. So the activity to hook and engagement the students. So we begin with this third world map challenge. For example, in this case, show different map projections and ask a student to identify which one is the most accurate, what do they see, the question, and identify which one is the most accurate. In this, according to the answers, we collect of the answer on the board to build the concept. For example, when a student says a photo, we say yes. We said always yes to try to not refuse. Somebody says a map, we say yes. An image, we say yes. A paint, a draw, etc. Because they are everything that they see in this image. And after that, we start with the direct instruction. We are establish we are going to establish the real concept, a clear concept. What is a map? So in this case, a map is a visual representation of an area that displays spatial relationships between different elements, such as landform, political boundary, roads, and other geographic features. It is a simplified and scaled down version of reality, created to help people navigate, analyze data, and understand location. It's very clear, and we have two examples of maps. There are three means type of maps. The political maps that represent all states, boundary of the countries, of counties. The physical map or topographic map that represent the geographical accident, the the floodplains, the mountains, and a climate that are in the specific thematic maps. These are the three types of map that there are six. The projections are methods of representing the curved surface of the Earth on a flat map. They vary based on their purpose, preserving certain property while distorting others. In this case, we present the three kinds of projections: the most common projection, the conic projections, the azimuthal projections, and the cylindrical projection. In this case, we express now what are the examples, the advantages, and the areas where we work with these projections. For example, the conic projection, the area is projected one to come. In the planar projection, the area is projected on the plane, and the other go on. We finish this activity with a small video that explain to the student how to transform the coordinate of the projection, transform the Earth surface that from the globe to a plane, to a flat plane. That is a transformation, and there is easy to understand this. So in the third part, we guide practice, we form small group activity, we give to the group different type of maps, for example, weather map, population, density, and have them identify the purpose and advantages or disadvantages of this. The group present their finding and to the class. So what are the advantages of the group of maps activity? The fourth activity, independent practice, we delivered to the student a complete map comparison worksheet where they analyze different projections and decide which would be the best for a specific real-world task, for example, navigation, studying landform, and business boundaries. The closure activity, we make a summarize, we emphasize, for example, in the concept, according to our objective, a concept of a map. A map is a representation of the Earth surface. The Earth surface is a globe. We need to transform to convert in a flat map, so we need to use the projection. That's the relation between the two objectives of the map. There are three types of maps: political, physical, and thematics, and there are three types of projections in general: conic, cylindric, and azimuthal. We summarize the lesson with a key takeaway. For example, today we learned that no map is perfect and different projections serve different purposes. Always think critically about the maps you see. It's a message for the student. We indicate the homework for the next class, the exercise number 2 or 3, and the page 15. There are easy exercises to identify type of map and projections, similar we did in class. Something previous to the next classes, a teaser for the next classes. Next time we'll explore how maps influence history and decision making, and a summative assessment that we are going to do, a final evaluation of learning in 5 minutes. Take a piece of paper and write your name, and the question is a reading reflection. How can you apply today's lesson in a real life? To end on a positive note, we acknowledge the student participation and effort